You're watching Xtra-Ordinariness with Brytnei Elle, where ordinary people do extraordinary things.
There was a time I used to look into my father's eyes. In a happy home, I was
very, very good. If you had to say any challenges that were in front of you towards you becoming this stylist, this extraordinary self that said, okay, now I am this person, what would be the challenges you may have experienced, or something that maybe you anticipate coming up? Because like you're saying, you were in the tri-state area, and then you started to travel. Is there anything that you think might be a challenge for you?
I mean, one thing that's a challenge is like people saying that you like to get out of Philly. Get out of Philly. You need to go to New York. You need to go to LA. You need to go overseas. It's like that was a challenge, just to keep on hearing people say that. But in my mind, it's like I don't gotta leave. I don't have to leave Philly. I can stay in Philly, do what I gotta do, and still get recognized all over the world. And that's pretty much what I did. I didn't go anywhere. I stayed in Philly. I went hard. I was consistent, and that's also a challenge. Being consistent, because so many people are coming out with different brands, different ideas, different blogs, and it's always good in the beginning.
Right.
But how do you elevate that and go to the next level? Because you have to be consistent. You got to keep on going. You got to. Sometimes you may not. The outcome may not be what you want, but eventually, you got like the road to success. It's not straight. It's wavy. So if you keep on going hard at what you want to do, then you're gonna succeed.
Who've been your biggest supporters, as well as people that have been adversaries to you?
I would definitely say my mom and my grandparents. Just from me growing up as a kid, I was always in trouble. Always, my mom was always up at my school because I was getting kicked out of school and all that type of stuff. So since then, she always was supporting me, even when I was doing bad. So now that I'm doing good, they see the progress. They see, the growth of me coming from a young boy to a young adult and a man. They really support me even more now. They see my vision. They see the celebrities wearing my clothes. They see the people I have backing me that support me. That's not family. So I definitely would say my mom and my grandparents.
So you said you got in trouble in school. What was the thing you mostly got in trouble for in school?
I just had a smart mouth, smart mouth. I was a class clown, so I used to always joke around and I was always just being goofy. I'm still a goofy person, but people don't really see that side of me. I just, I turn it on and turn it off sometimes when time is needed.
I got in trouble for talking too much too, so I understand
so.
all the time. And are there any victories or challenges you anticipate? Because your brand is growing and getting a lot more attention and recognition, so that can be really, really good when you're moving out and on, but also sometimes a negative when someone you think may be really there for you is actually not being there for you. So
I think some of the victories, hold on. All right, I don't understand the question.
So are there any challenges or victories you anticipate as far as the positives, for instance, coming from you have this brand that's growing, but you almost you got to watch your camp, you got to pay attention to the people around you, or anything else like that?
Well, it's definitely, the victories can be, there's so many ways to win. There's also more ways to lose. So you have to be on top of your game. You have to be on point with from sales to marketing. You really can't fall off of either one, because like one little slip, you can go downhill. So I just try to be on point with far as like who's interning, who's working the tables, the response they're giving to the people, to our customers, how we treating our online sales, how we tend to our online content from our blog. So I mean, it's a lot of different things that can be victorious. But I know also it's like just by me learning from like my father. He had a bunch of different people that was working with him, and the business did real well. But at the same time, when it did real well, also fell because of the type of people that he had around him. Everybody wasn't on the same mindset, on the same goal as he was. So I look at myself as that, like, I'm the owner of the brand. I have people who work with me, but it's like if I'm failing, if my business failing, it's because of the decisions and the steps that I made. So I have to make sure I'm on point. So if I'm slacking, then my team's gonna slack. If I'm on point, then my team's gonna be on point. So even if I'm on point and they slacking, I gotta motivate them so they can step it up. So that's how we can be victorious.
Very good answer. Very good answer. And the name of your brand is Kings Rule Together.
Yes.
So I really love and I was doing some research on it, how you call other men king rather than any other slang to, hey, what's up, this, that, whatever, to get them to recognize who they actually are. And I think that definitely is something that sticks out as far as what makes it different for what you're doing compared to others. Is there anything else that you can say just in the person that you are that makes you different from other people in this field that are trying to do the same thing, that are creating their clothing line, or they're doing a blog or things like that?
I think it's really just my personality. I'm real humble. You know, I didn't let a lot of this thing make me complacent by me having a lot of different accomplishments. You know, I just stayed. I'm pretty much the same person. My numbers still the same since high school. So it's like I don't let all that stuff get to me. So, and I put that out with my brand as well. And I feel like everybody can eat. And that's what Kings Rule Together means, pretty much. It's like we all have clothing brands, we all have blogs, we all have a passion, we all have a grind. We all can win at the end of the day. It's enough room out here for everybody to win, to succeed. I mean, you may have competition at the same time, but it can be a friendly competition. You don't have to look at competition as, you know, oh, I gotta beat him. No, it can be motivation,
Right.
inspire you to do better, inspire you to step it up.
Right.
And that's what I like to do with my brand, and that's what I like to do as a person. You know, I have a lot of friends that does a lot of the same things, but we all friends. You know, I have a lot of friends who has clothing brands, a lot of friends who do the same exact things as myself, but you know, we come together. I'll give him advice, he give me advice, because we all can have the same type of clientele or even more.
And that is not something you hear very often, whether it's fashion or music, or whether it's anything where someone is trying to make a name for themselves. It's almost like they see the tunnel, like their tunnel vision of how they're getting there, but everybody else that's along the sides kind of falls away. And you can't win the battle by yourself.
There's no greater power than the power of unity. You need people. People need you. And if I can give some advice to somebody, or if I can tell somebody, oh, that shirt is messed up, or you need to put this on there or that on there, they always gonna look out for me at the same time. I mean, that's how I look at it. It may not always work out as them looking out for me, but if you look out for 10 people, 5 people at least gonna try to look out for you. You know, I'm not always worried about them looking out for me at the same time, but I'm always willing to help. And then, you know, you live that life like that, you know, the only to worry about is God. You know, God's gonna help you. He's gonna help you along the way. You know.
You're an awesome man, Curran.
Thank
You really, really are. And one of my favorite quotes, and I ask everyone that's on the show what this means to them, but it says, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. So how does that resonate with you? And if you were thinking of that, you know, in conversation with someone else that is going to watch this and be like, man, if he did it, I know I can do it, or I'm going to try, or something like that. How does that quote impact you?
I think to start to be great, you have to learn from your mistakes. And that's the key with a lot of different situations. You know, a lot of people make a lot of different mistakes, and they may not know how to bounce back from there. So you grow and you become all the great people that are great right now, and people that are legends, is because they made mistakes, they learned from the mistakes, and they overcame those mistakes. So with myself, it's like I like to show people what I do, and I like to tell everybody that you can do what I do, because I'm just like you. I came from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I was a bad child. It was a lot of obstacles that I had to face myself, but I didn't let that steer me away. You know, I don't have a college degree. I don't let that steer me away. You know, so it's a lot of obstacles that come your way, but you can be great by just being consistent. What's going on, y'all? It's the Young King, Curran J of Kings Rule Together. You can follow me at www.kingsruletogether.com. That's the website and the blog. Also on Instagram and Twitter at Curran_J. And you're now watching The Young King on Xtra-Ordinariness with Miss Brytnei Elle.
And remember, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Until next time, everyone, be extraordinary.